88.3 FM, The Sting. It's this Andrew Hody joining you guys. Hope all is well. And I'm with Jay Sparrow right now from Sparrow and the Lost Boys, joining me here today, local artist here in town. Jay, how are you?
Great, man. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking, and we really appreciate you joining us here today. So how did you guys meet, and when did you decide to form the band?
We actually formed the band, I would say, late summer of, I think it was 2019, because we were just starting to get off the ground with gigs and stuff, and then everything, happened the next year. So it's been, a few years now since that, and we've gone through a couple changes, and just loving making music like we do, so.
How long have you been performing together?
We have been performing together as this current trio for about a year. And like I said, we've gone through a couple other changes. We started off sort of more of as a two-piece and, started to build the blocks from there.
Do you have any music inspirations that you turn to? What does your writing process usually look like when it comes to making music?
Yeah, we're all inspired by a lot of different stuff, which is great. I grew up around more like the Radiohead, Pink Floyd type sound, and my bass player Sean, he also goes by Crust. Sean, he listens to a lot of like Beatles type stuff, melodic bass line things that we kind of stumbled on recently. And then Nico, the drummer, he listens to a lot of fusion. Like Wolfpack and things like that. So
we have Dancing Song in rotation. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about that song and what specific inspirations may have been when coming to that track and the writing process behind it?
Yeah, actually. So we, before that, we had finished recording our debut album, Roulette, which was an 8-track album. Seemed like a lot went into it, but really it was just a couple practices we recorded. And then, overdubbed and things like that. So with Dancing Song, we decided to do a little bit more of a single approach, which it's interesting, people are going a little bit different routes now. I'm always a big fan of the album, front to back type of thing, but the single approach is becoming more popular again, and I'm just gonna see where it takes us.
What else have you been working on in terms of music, and where can we expect to see you next, just out of curiosity?
So currently we're actually just shacked up in the studio, writing new songs, getting ready for the next batch, or like I said, maybe just one. It's kind of up in the air right now. We just came off of a couple shows last year here and there. We did the Tower City Battle of the Land. That was a really fun gig, where we got to perform with a lot of different types of acts that Cleveland has to offer. So.
What other kind of shows have you guys been able to perform, and the enjoyment you get out of those, as well as the fans, as well as just a little bit more insight on how you guys do those kind of performances?
Sure. So on the opposite side of the spectrum from that type of show, we occasionally, like I said, we started off as a two-piece, and we actually started off doing a lot more cover gigs, cover shows and bar shows types of things where, we would learn a lot of other people's music, popular songs, whether it be old or new, and just kind of take our own spin with it and, see where that would take us. Obviously, those are a very different type of crowd. So, we're grateful to be doing a lot of in studio and bar and, performance venues or, feature type shows. There's a lot of different arenas, and we enjoy them all, to be honest.
So you enjoy all those kind of venues as well. That's great to hear. And just out of curiosity, what are your kind of favorite venues to perform at, specifically locally as well, if you can go into that a little bit?
Sure. Yeah. Personally, I've been doing a lot of solo shows lately, places like Gandalf's Pub in Valley City, Medina Brewing Company in Medina, Barley Jack's in Brunswick, solo acoustic type shows with the band. We love to play different venues other than the bars. Typically are a lot more fun, like Negative Space is a great art gallery that our friend Gotti runs, and he does a great job with pulling in lots of different genres and local artists and bands for events, and highly recommend checking that place out.
Where can our listeners find out more about you and the group as well?
Pretty simple right now. We have Instagram, Facebook. It's all just at Sparrow and the Lost Boys. If you Google Sparrow and the Lost Boys, a bunch of it comes up. We have a couple of videos out on YouTube, and we're in the process of building up our Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff beyond the releases we have now. So, yeah, Sparrow and the Lost Boys.
Once again, are you able to give us a little more insight on upcoming projects and potential performances that may be going on in town?
Sure. Yeah, we have a date, I want to say in September at Negative Space, that we're looking at promoting heavily soon here, and we're working on recording our next batch of songs here at my home studio, which is Studio 44. You can find that at Studio 44 CLE, at Studio 44 CLE on most things. We record a lot of different types of things here, beyond just my projects and my bands. I do a lot of singer-songwriter production and just a whole lot of everything here. So we're, like I said, we're a bunch of studio rats right now. So
Jay, thank you very much. And one more question, a little bit more about Studio 44 and everything going on there. Can you give the listeners a little more insight about Studio 44 and what you guys do as well?
Definitely, yeah. We're a mostly full service recording studio. We do both in-house production, engineering, tracking, and also on-site stuff. So we can always come to you for a lot of things. We've done a whole lot of things in the past few years with like live streaming and video production as well. But like I said, it's all stems from my love of making music and just recording the best possible thing we can for everybody that wants to be involved. And yeah, hit us up for your sessions and anything you need. So,
Jay, I really appreciate your time talking to us here at WBWC today. Hope all goes well. Congrats on your new releases and good luck on your upcoming shows as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Hope everything's well with you.
Thank you.